And welcome everybody to Mexico City for the running of the Gansito 175K. We're in for an exciting night of action here from Mexico for the first road course race of the season. And tonight I am joined not by Armani DePaul. He kind of is he's not doing too hot. But I am joined by the one and only Jacob Mitchell. Jacob Mitchell, how you doing tonight, brother?
I'm doing tonight. Ready to watch a really good race. How about you, Gavin?
I'm telling you what, I'm really excited for tonight. It's going to be really fun. We just got done with qualifying, and we are in for an interesting race. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for tonight's race. Look who's at the front here. You might not know who this man is. Bishop Wisdom in the 46. If you guys have a little bit of an idea about ASCA history, you might remember a name of Arenado, the Season 6 Daytona National winner. He's back and is already showing promise on pole position, and within a 10th in qualifying is AJ Hyder. It's been heartbreak since Auto Club last season. He's looking to turn around. He's starting second here tonight. And Diego Roldan starts third. Last Friday, he finally broke that 3-season winless streak that he had gotten after his championship win at Homestead, with a third-place starting spot after he won the truck race on Friday. He's looking to go 2 for 2. Then it's going to be Alexander Gonzalez-Green starting fourth, followed by Connor Trafari in fifth. Watch out for rookie Bryce Benton. He starts sixth, with Dimitri Mundros behind him. Next to Dimitri, we got Landon Warren. He's a good road racer. Watch out for him. And then Ethan Workman and River Page make out the rest of the top 10. Moving on over here to the rest of the field now. Going outside our top 10 now. If it wants to work with me, I said if it wants to work with me. Pretty please, 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 please. Thank you. Garrett A. White starts 11th with Aina Revelo alongside. Then it's going to be Lars Chenoweth. Remember, he finished second in the ASCA 500 last week. Watch out for him to make some noise. Chris Lilly starts alongside in row 7. Followed by Pravin Vajakimar in 15th and Ethan Moses in 16th. Then it'll be Nico Servideo followed by Fidel Fabian in row 9. And rounding out the rest of the top 20, it'll be Miles Davis and Robert Eckleberry. Moving outside the top 20 now, we got Corbin Collins starting in 21st place, followed by Gabe Cazzola in 22nd. Then it'll be Marcus Vanderlee in 23rd, followed by Connor Ballheist in 24th. Chris Bow starts 25th with Quinby Dembit in 26th. Then look at this. We have a bunch of guys that either didn't set a lap or had a really poor lap. James Thurston, one of the best road racers here, he's starting all the way back in 27th. He's got work to do. Then it'll be Aiden Robertson starting alongside with Owen Cheminsky and Keola Hankins ending out the top 30. And an interesting story here in our final few rows. Jason Semino and Derek Shaver start in row 16. There'll be Tyler Dixon and Daniel Bonney in row 17. Look at this. Ethan Sharp and then Aiden Walker, our ASCA 500 champion. During qualifying, he messed up both of his laps. He is going to be starting near dead last. It's going to be a haul for Aiden Walker, who won at Portland last season. Then it'll be Aiden Smith in 37th, Julian Dawkins Jr. 38th, and rounding out the rest of the field will be Scott Ferguson Jr. and Wayne A. Kennedy. A full 40-car field here. What can we expect here tonight?
Well, we're going to expect probably a lot of spread out racing, considering how road courses normally go for ASCA. There's probably going to be one or two guys that are just a class above the rest of the field. I do expect the mid-pack to be packed with some action, so that's going to be important to watch. It is important to note that after doing some testing of my own, I estimate the fuel window to be 20 to 22 laps, so it's going to be interesting to see who looks at possibly a one-stop and who maybe tries to go for a two-stop strategy to get better tires for the end of the race.
For sure. Now, chat, it's your turn to include yourselves in this action. Put your picks in the chat. Picks in the chat. My mic kind of shit itself there. Put your picks in the chat.
I was gonna say your mic. I can't tell if your mic is like crapping itself or like
no, I accidentally
cutting out in your internet.
Flipped it up like this, so like I'll be talking and then I flip it up. So yeah, it's how I can like quickly mute if I ever need to. Also, guys in the chat, when we get going here, I do have the stream playing in the background. Just let me know if like we're cutting out or anything. We're trying a new settings this week that I'm hoping is making the stream look a little less blurry. From what I can see, it's looking pretty hot right now. So just let me know if we have any issues, and we'll go ahead and work on it. But Let's take a look here, and I'll tell you what, we have a lot of Roldans in the chat right now. A lot of people want to see Diego Roldan go for two in his home country. He starts third here tonight. He has a very good shot.
I do like his chances. It looks like he's definitely been practicing for this race specifically. Not sure if he has, a little bit of info that he could use on the rest of the field, but it definitely looks like he can at least compete for this win tonight.
And let's talk about our pulse there. Bishop Wisdom, like I said right at the top of the show, he's an ASCA winner. Arenado, if you guys remember him from season 6, he's coming here tonight. No one knew that he had this kind of speed. And remember, we said the same exact thing about Aiden Walker when he was at Portland and beat AJ straight up 1 season ago. What can AJ do to go ahead and get under Wisdom's skin and try to get a win at long last? Because this has been a really tough stretch of races going all the way back to last season at Auto Club.
I think really the biggest thing that AJ has for over an advantage is, I know it's going to be corny to say a little bit, but his aura, he just like exudes that, feeling of success and that confidence. Like, he knows what he can do with his car. He knows what he can, where he can and can't put it. So I think for Bishop to have a chance against AJ, he's just going to need to lock in. He's going to not want to be phased by like the success. It's kind of like David versus Goliath.
For sure. And looking at some of the other guys here inside the top 10, Gonzalez Green has always been a great road racer. I don't know if we should expect him to be up there at the front, but he'll be within the top 5. Connor Trafari, anytime he's on the racetrack, he's going to be someone to look out for as he finally grids up. We seem to have a few people. Roldan is yet to grid up here. We're pretty close here to getting started, so I'm hoping he gets up here pretty soon, or else he's going to end up missing the start. But in regards to that, who's going to be your pick here for tonight's race here, Jacob?
Well, I was going to make a pick. I was going to do a little thing where, outside of AJ and Aiden Walker, but Aiden Walker is starting all the way in the back. But if I had to pick anyone that I really genuinely think has a shot, I'm going to go with Diego Roldan. I really like his chances. I know he's going up against AJ and Bishop, whatever speed he may have. I just think Diego has the house edge. He has the track. He loves this track. He loves this country. I think it's going to be Diego Roldan for his first Cup Series victory on iRacing tonight.
Yeah, and he's been on a roll. Remember, guys, if you guys watched the truck race on Friday, he beat Aiden Walker straight up. Great pit strategy. Was able to defend once he had the lead and was able to get that win. That was a very popular win. What?
Aiden was involved in a wreck there down the stretch.
I mean, he was. Okay, it was.
He was up there for most of the race, too. It was kind of a cluster at the end of the race, if you tuned in. As someone who actually ran that race.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But nonetheless, I mean, Diego Roldan still ran a great race, and he even caught, before the caution came out, before pit stops, he had tripped, caught him on speed. He knows how to save tires when it comes to the oval, and obviously this is a whole different beast. And also, he still hasn't grid up. Am I going crazy, or are not a lot of these guys gridding up here? What's going on?
Not a lot of these guys are gridding up, but also this is taking a very long time to like actually start the race.
They had a really long. I don't know if they're extending it or something. I don't know if we're waiting on somebody, but yeah, we're right now sitting here waiting as much as you guys are to go green. We're trying to figure out what's going on here, but yeah, you did mention Aiden Walker. Aiden Walker messed up both of his qualifying laps. He is starting all the way back in 20. No, actually, I lied. He's starting all the way back in 36th. So he's starting nearly dead last. And at a track like that, he's going to need a yellow. I mean, with just all the cars that he's going to have to pass on a track like this, where there's a bunch of heavy braking corners, where everyone's coming to a near stop just to make the corner, he's going to need a caution. I do want to mention, for people that are wondering, Dunn is not here. Dunn is our lead official.
He is here, actually. I heard his voice over the comms.
Okay.
I think that's why we have been waiting for a little while. But...
Yeah, because Dunn was not here for practice and qualify. I think he just showed up. I think he might have forgotten that we were racing tonight. Chris had to go get him really quickly. So if there's any reason why we haven't gone green yet, that's probably why. But let's see what we got. I can't believe Gavin is ignoring me. Gavin, I'm your #1 fan. Well, if that's the case, get in here so you could be our pit reporter again, because you did great last time. But no, you want to sit in the chat and be all nice. Let's see what else we got going on. We have some big Ball Heist and Marcus Vanderlee fans in the chat right now. Oh, it's Marcus.
I saw ER81 asking a question of if Diego were to win today, would he be the first driver to sweep an ASCA weekends?
I
I'm
believe
not sure
so.
about that.
I believe so. Yes, Wayne.
He just immediately left Ash.
Wow, thanks, Wayne. Wow, thanks, Wayne. All right, but
So
to answer your question, I believe the answer to that is no, because before, I think we only really had one time where, well, there's probably been a time. If there was a time, it was either during season 2 or season 3. No, it had to be during season 3, because that's when we allowed bushwhacking full time. So if there was any time where it happened, it's in season 3. Unfortunately, I don't know off the top of my head. I know that when we had those hot seats that we did in season 6, nobody ever won from those hot seats. But oh shit, there we go. Okay, they started pacing. All right, perfect. So anyway, now that we got that all settled,
I can look back through season 3 here because the race announcements are still
yeah, but to answer that question, from the top of my head, no. But if I had to guess, it would have had to have happened in season 3. There was probably one at some point, but at least off the top of my head, no, it has never happened before, which is what's making tonight so fun, is that we can see Diego Roldan not only break his winless streak at the cup level now, but we can also see him sweep a weekend at his home track. Now, that would be great. Again, like you said, he has the pace to do it.
Yes, he does have the pace to do it, and I think it's just going to be similar to the case of Bishop. I think it's just going to be you can't drive over your head. You just got to drive cool, collected, smart, a smart race so you don't accidentally destroy yourself and destroy your chances of winning.
So I'm getting some very intelligent people over in the chat right now, and they're saying, "Hey, Gavin, we can't see the racing." Yeah, I know. It happened during the truck race too. For some reason, ATVO doesn't have an abbreviated name for Mexico. For some reason, no idea why that's the case. But yeah, we're just dealing with no name for tonight. So yeah.
Welcome to the no name.
Welcome to the no name. Yeah, I know there was Zach during season 6 who went on that tear, I think, at Indy RC or something, and he won the truck race, won the national race. But yeah, no, he did not win the cup race. He was close though, but that's probably the closest that we've gotten. Jacob, were you able to find anything?
I'm looking through. It's fun because we've changed the damn name. We've changed the damn names of people. So I'm looking through the ASCA, and I just see every AJ win is just at Dr. Igor Smog.
Well, we're about to get set to go for 45 laps of action. We have a rookie and we have a champion on the front row. Bishop Wisdom in the 46 won his first ASCA race back in season 6 at Daytona in his debut. He's back racing in Mexico on pole up against one of the best to ever do it, AJ Hyder, who's on a slump that he's oh so trying to break. In the restart zone, we're going green here from Mexico City.
Green flag, green flag.
There's the green flag. Both lines getting away good. It looked like AJ might have gotten a bit of a better start. Not that good of a start from Bishop Wisdom as they are 3 wide behind him. Diego Roldan, as here comes Wisdom trying to cut off the inside. AJ Hyder peeking ahead into turn 1. Roldan, will he try to make it 3 wide? Here comes Gonzalez Green on the outside through turn 1. Hyder peeks ahead, they're 3 wide. Wisdom with the run through the chicane, trying to get it, but he can't. Hyder is away and out after turn 3.
Seems like everyone will somehow make it clean through turn 1. If there was anywhere there was going to be a big crash, it was going to be a pileup through the first turn. But everyone cooperates as we go down into turn 4. That's going to be Wisdom with a dive to the inside on Hyder, but Hyder shuts the door. Hyder's got the lead here in Mexico.
And this is the most tricky part of the track right now, as I'm getting some latency issues, so they're popping in and out on my screen, but this is going to be the most critical part of the racetrack right here, is this little back and forth, these S's, if you will. There's a lot of runoff room you can use here to set a fast lap, and you got to be careful on the throttle here, as here comes Gonzalez Green for second on Wisdom.
And I'm telling you what, Wisdom's getting aggressive, big dive as they go through the stadium section now. Both Hyder and Wisdom go wide. Gonzalez Green with the crossback as they go through the stadium. This is not a place you want to be side by side, mere inches apart, but they're going to make it work as Gonzalez Green now has the inside into the final corner. Gonzalez is going to try to hold it as Wisdom slides the rears, coming out of the final corner. Hyder leads the first lap, and Gonzalez Green is now up the second.
Yeah, not the greatest first lap for Bishop Wisdom right there. It's not exactly what you want to see as the pole sitter, but still settling into third. Good start from the start as we've had caution in the back, guys.
And yeah, you got that right. And remember, cautions are going to be coming out here at the discretion of the officials. Big damage on the 07 car. As he's coming to pit road, we're going to figure out what happened here to cause this first yellow. But that's Quinby Dembit. He did not have a good ASCA 500, and his rookie season continues to struggle as he's on pit road. Let's take a look and see what happened.
Oh, it looks like it starts with Aiden Roberson and Corbin Collins.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm seeing what happened here. It actually starts up here with Robert Eckelberry. Yeah, Eckelberry side by side with Marcus Vander Lee. He pops the curb, gets into Marcus, and Marcus continued having nowhere to go. He's going to turn into, or not really turn into, but get into Robert Eckelberry. They're going to spin down the racetrack right behind the 30 spinning. That's Derek Shaver along with the 82. There seems to be multiple accidents going on here. And as Marcus merges, we have even more trouble back here. Jeez. And then more contact with Wayne A. Kennedy and the 82 again. Man, this is just trouble. And then even more contact over here with the 07. Yeah, we're going to take a look and see what happened there.
Oh, and early in the race, it seems like Chris Bowes had an incident coming out of turn 3, so we didn't get as clean through the first few sections as we thought.
Yeah, Aiden Walker with damage made contact with Samito, and then, whoa, Demon and Samito are dooring each other after the yellow comes out. Not too pleased right there, but a lot of trouble here on this first lap. I'll tell you what, I was really impressed with them going through turn 1 like that with no trouble, but like I said, that stadium section is so troublesome here, Jacob.
Yeah, that's going to be the main focus of action. If we're not going to have an incident in the turn 1, it's probably going to be in that stadium section. That's going to be another one of those sections that's very important, and you want to be careful on the throttle in because you're down to first gear there. And if I know anything about stock cars and first gear on the road course, they are not fun to handle. They get loose quick.
And with that, we are under the first caution of the race. Now, I do want to remind everyone of a certain time. Remember Watkins Glen last season? We went nearly over half the race under caution because everyone and their mother just kept wrecking and wrecking and wrecking. I'm praying that these guys cooperate just a little bit and we can get some green flag racing eventually.
Yeah, someone that was involved in that race and then quit after a few laps because I was involved in one of those cautions. Yes, I absolutely would like to see some green flag racing here.
Yeah, well, people in the chat.
Why does somebody have a repo character as their whatever?
What do you mean? Who are you talking about?
Someone has a repo character as their pit sign. If you spectate Jason Samito in the car chase, who is that?
Let me take a little peek. I'm sure everyone would like to see this. I can't see it from Jason Samito.
If you go into the chase cam, you can
I see the anime girl. Where's Repo?
What? There's an anime girl?
There's an anime girl, right? Well, there's a Smiling Friends one. There's
that's Hatsune Miku.
There's someone's cat. There's just a random man. I saw a lot of things. None of them was the Repo. I'm going to be real with you. Did not see a...
If you go back to when he's in his pit stall and you go into the chase cam, you could see it.
I think you're lying to me. I'm going to be real. I think you're manipulating me.
I'm not manipulating you. I promise you.
Hey, chat, I'm going to put up a poll. I'm going to put up a poll in chat.
If you check it right now, you can see I'm not lying.
Is Jacob manipulating me?
Chat? I'll never manipulate you.
Chat, is he manipulating me? Well, while everyone figures out whether you're emotionally abusing me or not. We are going to be coming green next time by. And an interesting start. It seems like Wisdom might be a bit of a hot lapper. Lost 2 spots off the start. Hyder and Gonzalez Green. I said before we went green, Gonzalez Green might not be fighting for this win. I might be a little wrong. It seems like he has a little bit more pace than I thought.
I did note last year at the end of last year's races that I think every single race he started last season, which was like 3 of them, he finished top 5. And I said, I kind of asked him, hey, listen, I really think you could be a championship contender if you start every race next year. And he kind of left it up to chance, and it looks like he might be taking my word, or just not taking my word, but.
Yeah, well, Gonzalez Green has always been a part-time driver. During his debut in Season 7, and then during his second tenure in Season 8, he has always had pace, top 10, top 5 pace, especially Charlotte. Charlotte was always his best place. I mean, he just knows how to save tires there better than anyone else, but never expected him to be a road racer. I'll be real, but he's really shown us up right now. If you guys are part of the NR community, you're very familiar with who Gonzalez Green is. He's in a lot of the big NR leagues over there, and he's always competing at a high level. So if you guys are anywhere related to the NR 2003 community, you know who this guy is. But along with that, other changes, Travari made up a spot, and Diego Roldan has fallen back to 5th. But River Page started 10th. He's already up to 6th. Landon Warren is up to 7th, while a few other guys have fallen back. James Thurston started 27th. He is back now in 21st. So he's made up a few spots off the line. But for us to really see a lot of big shifts, we're going to need to have a little bit of a longer run than that. I'm hoping that they're going to go ahead and make this a 1 to green here, because I would like to not have to do a whole other pace lap. They might double up here, middle of the back straightaway or something. But I'm hoping that we can kind of get this back rolling because, well, besides that, we've kind of went over everything. Nothing else too crazy going on. Chenoweth started 14th. He's up to 10th now. Remember, that rookie did fantastic in the ASCA 500. Finished second, just few feet away from winning on debut. And he said to watch out for him during his post-race interview. And we're seeing that once again. Watch out for this guy, Lars Chenoweth.
There's something in the voice chat going on between OJ and Chris. I don't know exactly what it is.
I mean, are you able to describe it?
I think it has to do with
Oh, is it? Oh, it has to do with Sabrina Carpenter, huh?
Maybe, I don't know. I just heard OJ yell out that Chris is, quote, huge. That's all. I caught the tail end of it.
That word does go around about Chris Lilly. Yeah, but Chris Lilly did not have...
Okay, so I think... Yeah, I also think they mentioned that we will go have one more pace lap here, so we're going to be sitting here twiddling our thumbs for another 2 minutes, but they said in the future we're going to have quick cautions.
All right, perfect. Yeah, well...
So...
I'll tell you what, because speaking of Chris Lilly, I mean, we got to talk about him. Not because he's doing anything amazing, but that's actually the whole point, is if you're Chris, you're probably getting a little tired of not particularly running well. He's unfortunately, the iRacing era has not been the big, reset to his career that he was looking for. Remember, he retired from Cup competition season 4, and 2.5 seasons so far of iRacing competition. I mean, he is not. He's had maybe like a shot or two. I think it was Kansas season 8, where he was racing with AJ for the win. That's the closest that he has gotten. And unfortunately, ASCA 500 didn't go too well for him. He's right now sitting in the middle of what can really be considered the danger zone here at a track like Mexico. One bad move from anyone ahead or behind, and he'll get collected with nowhere to go. We'll see if he has something for it this season, but yeah, Lilly has not been doing too hot. The 2-time champions got to pick it up.
I mean, hey, when you're the league owner, all you really have to do is just ban like 10 people, and then you can start competing for wins.
Yeah.
But he would never do that. He would never do that,
So I do want to mention the responses that we got to my question. If you ignore all the people that were telling me that I'm wrong, there was one person that said that, yeah, you are emotionally abusing me, and he is a therapist. So you need to apologize and give me like.
Oh, who is this person that says?
Again, if you ignore all the people that are calling me blind or saying that there is a repo guy there's this guy named ER81 Designs. Yeah, that guy says he's a therapist, and you believe everything you see on the internet. So, yeah, you owe me an apology. I'm the victim.
All right, hold on. Let me chatgpt.com. How did fucking Logan Paul's apology go?
So he started crying. He had a fuck ass haircut. And he was crying. There you go. Yeah. Let those tears flow.
Oh, let me bring my dog up here too, so I can like show my dog and like gain more sympathy points with the chat.
Get your guitar.
Oh no, not that kind of apology.
No. You need to play me a little song. Play me a little song.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a, ding-a-ling-a-ling-a, that thing.
Yeah. All right, well, enough messing around because we're coming to the stadium now. We're finally going to be getting some green flag racing. Hopefully these guys can cooperate a little better and we can stay green for a little while longer. Hyder took the lead of the race off the line. Gonzalez Green will now be the one alongside. Right behind him, it will be rookie Wisdom in the 46, followed by Connor Trifari, and then River Page and Diego Roldan. As we come out of the foul corner, the pace car is going to make the right-hand turn back down pit road. And it'll be all on Hyder now to bring him back to green on lap 6 in the restart zone. We're back underway.
Green.
That was an early restart by AJ Hyder, and that's going to drag Connor Trifari up into second with him. Gonzalez Green going to slide down into line in third behind them as Bishop Wisdom is trying to desperately hang out for that fourth spot. Diego Roldan looking up the inside, going to make a move here into turn 1, trying to take the inside as Connor Trifari has had a black flag, but that was cleared apparently by the admins. Not sure if that was related to his restart or what, but he is up into second now as AJ pulls away.
Yeah, what happened there is Hyder and Trifari are part of the same team, Uprise, and Hyder told Trifari when he was going to go, and with that turn coming in, you don't want to slam the throttle immediately. Trifari knew exactly when to go. Sideways in the grass goes Bishop Wisdom. Holds on to it, but he continues to fall back as River Page from 10th to 4th. Big moves by River.
Yeah, River Page made it 3 wide into turn 4 to gain 2 spots going into the corner, and unfortunately on my screen he is just a all black car, but I'm sure that beautiful paint scheme is showing up on the stream. As looking further back, we not too many battles happening further back as we're looking for any spinners, anything, but I'm not seeing nothing, so good news all around.
Yeah, nothing too crazy. Again, when it comes to these road courses, once these guys kind of get through these first couple corners, everything will kind of settle itself out. Now, the hope is that we can continue this kind of action here for the remainder of the race. We can see pit strategy start to unfold. We can see great racing as drivers' cars start to come to life and some deteriorate as the run goes on. But as we complete lap 6, it's Hyder, Trifari, Gonzalez Green, River Page, then Diego Roldan. Then it will be Bishop Wisdom, followed by Benton, then Arevalo, then Warren, and then Mundros. And look at this, everyone's single file. We have to go all the way back to this foul. Nico Servideo and Gabe Cazzola near the end of the top 20.
Alex Dixon making a move back there, as you were talking about, outside of the top 20. This is the move for 22nd. Dixon on the inside of Chabinski, and Chabinski's just going to give it up. No battle there, as here comes Fidel Fabian up the inside, and there's contact there between those two, and Fabian is off the racetrack. He has to go through the grass. He's probably going to have to slow down here as he rejoins.
Yeah, that's the type of stuff, especially through that section over there. There's just not enough room, really. I mean, that's just a type of track that encourages contact to be made. And there's Aiden Walker, got involved in that first crash to start the race. Had a bit of a setback with that crash after starting near dead last. He's trying to make up some moves. He is now within the top 25, trying to continue to make an ascent up through the field.
Did we talk about his brand new sponsor?
We did.
Team Stock Cars?
Well, we mentioned it. We mentioned it before we went live, but I do want to say it's really cool that we get to see how big ASCA's gotten to the point where now we're seeing actual brands wanting to sponsor because of ASCA. And after Walker won the ASCA 500, Team Stock Cars signed up.
Yeah, they're signing up on his number 93 Chevrolet, hoping to see that car in victory lane a couple times. From what I'm aware, they're sponsoring him for 15 races, so hey, he's still got 4 races left to get a sponsor on board if anyone's looking to put their money into a proven winner and a proven champion. Look up further through the field. There is now a battle for the top 10 position. Lars Chenoweth is racing racing Landon Warren for the top 10 spot.
Yeah, Lars continuing to impress the rookie. After finishing second in the ASCA 500, started outside of the top 10. He's now in it as he gets around Landon Warren. Warren started 8th. He's back to 11th, and now he's under pressure from Pravin Vijaykumar for 11th.
Under pressure there for the 12th spot. Workman behind them in 13th. As we look further up the field, Diego Roldan trying to close in on the 24 of River Page for the 4th position. Neither of them setting a foot wrong. As further up the order, Connor Trafari is following in the shadow of AJ Hyder quite closely. They're basically mirroring each other's moves. Just trying to take things easy here in the first set of this race.
Yeah, while all that's going on, back outside the top 10, Landon Warren just got passed by Pravin Vijaykumar for 11th. Now Ethan Workman and Garrett White are trying to get around Landon. There's something going on with that 23 machine because he's struggling right now. Now he goes to the outside on Pravin as he goes wide into the stadium. Ethan Workman looking to the inside. Contact between Pravin Vijaykumar and Landon Warren as they come out of the stadium now towards the final corner.
And that's going to be the one thing that we're going to see in the stadium section, and pretty much that you're not really going to see anywhere else on the track, is because that section is so tight and so low speed. We're probably going to see a lot of contact through there as we see guys trying to, we see differentials of speed just firing through, as Diego Roldan further up the order went through the grass there, trying to get an advantage on River Page.
Yeah, Diego Roldan putting a lot of pressure on River for 4th place. I thought it was over. I thought River would go up the road and challenge with Gonzalez Green for a top 3 spot, but no. Diego is not letting him get away one bit. The battle for 4th continues to rage on.
Roldan real tight through the barriers there through turn 4 as River Page trying not to set a foot wrong. Looking further back, look for any battles going on. Not too many cars side by side, as we said. It only took a few laps for these guys to spread out and get further apart.
Yeah, Miles Davis holding up a pack of guys right now, including Chris Lilly, Connor Ballheis, and Gabe Cazzola. Gabe Cazzola has some remarkable pace as he's went from outside the top 20. Look at that! Ballheis drifting as they come down the back straight, trying to hold on to the thing. But Gabe Cazzola from outside the top 20 to 19th, and he's looking for more. As he goes to the outside on the 15, Connor Ballheis spins, coming into the stadium. Aiden Walker barely misses him. Big trouble for the controller driver.
The controller driver, it looks like he just locks up the rears going into the entry of that corner, and he just loses the rear on it. So unfortunate setback for Connor Ballheis, but he's a good enough driver. I'm sure he'll make his way back up through the pack. As Aiden Walker has found his way up into the top 20.
I told you, he
Continues to
will
move.
do it. He'll make that move through the field. He has no problem doing that. He just got to stay out of trouble. He couldn't get out of trouble the first time with that first crash, but it doesn't seem like any of the damage really affected him too much. He is now battling inside the top 20. That's how great that pace has gone. Pravin Vijaykumar, Landon Warren, they're going back at it again. This is for 11th place.
Landon Warren up the inside, trying to get that 11th position back, trying to get it on the 60. He's got the positioning. Does he have the momentum through the corner? He has a shorter line around turn 4. He will make it work, but Vijaykumar not going away, still there, but now the 23 is clear, as now the 60 is under attack from the 03 of Ethan Workman and the 26 of Garrett A. White.
Yeah, and whoa, big dive by Vijaykumar, hungry to get that spot back, trying to nudge Landon Warren wide, didn't work. Here comes rookie Ethan Workman. Pravin's gonna pull the block, now move back to the left side, side by side, as they go down into the stadium. Not just Ethan Workman, but Garrett White too, as the 60 goes wide into the stadium. It's all falling apart there for the 60, and it's not over. Here comes James Thurston with a bump, going through the left-hander, coming out of the stadium.
Yep, there's that speed differential we were talking about as James Thurston nearly clips the wall there. We almost saw it backfire on the 60. There's no way that slide could have been intentional. I think he just misjudged that corner and nearly took out the 23. We're all thankful he didn't, as he now continues to be under attack from the 96. Looking further up the field, it looks like Diego Roldan has passed the 24 of River Page for the 4th position.
There you go. There goes Diego Roldan, finally around River Page. And while that's going on, Connor Trafari is starting to close in on Hyder.
Yep, that pass for the 4th position happened in the stadium section. It looked like Diego Roldan just got up the inside a little better, but as you're saying, Connor Trafari is right there now. He's putting the pressure on the 44, trying to bait him into a mistake. Not sure if it's going to work for the 44, but Connor Trafari, if there's any guy you don't want breathing down your neck, it's Connor Trafari. He will do whatever it takes to make a move for the win when it comes time to do that.
And think about what happened last season with Connor. He missed the playoffs, got suspended twice. You know, that was a horrible season. Got called out by the league owner for his dirty driving under a lot of controversy. I'm not saying he's learned anything. He definitely hasn't. But he's hungry for a win. You know, he definitely needs something to really boost his spirits after that horrendous season last time out. He was able to get a win at New Hampshire. That was great. He had to wreck Aiden Walker to do it, but still. But he's really just looking for a reset this season. I mean, you're seeing that reset really come to fruition right now. Being able to keep up with AJ Hyder in his playground on a road course where not many people are able to compete at his level. It's great to see.
We had not really an incident, but an interesting moment further back in the pack. Dimitri Mundos was trying to make a move on Lars Chenoweth for the 9th position. He had him passed and then just blew through the stadium section. So the
that's why he's stopping. He's stopping.
Stop and go.
Yeah. So what happened was that he didn't slow down immediately. He came to a complete stop through turn 1 because iRacing was going to give him a black flag if he didn't. He's just lost 4 spots because of that. Now he's behind Garrett White and under pressure from James Thurston. And look who's behind Thurston. Aiden Walker just got around Miles Davis. He's approaching, he's inside the top 15 after starting 36th.
This guy's a machine. This is precision is what's going on with Aiden Walker. I mean, just the absolute, like I said, I hate to repeat myself, but precision moves as Thurston slides, and now here comes Walker behind him. Walker's going to make this look like child's play. Here he comes around the outside of James Thurston. He makes it look easy, now up in the 14th position.
And while that's going on, Ethan Workman just got passed by Garrett White. And I want to mention just how crappy it's been since the ASCA 500 for Aiden Walker. During the truck race on Friday, he got beat off pit road, had an unlucky yellow, then got ran through by Justin Rott, just to end up getting involved in a controversy with Michael Walls at the end of the race for aggressive blocking. That was a horrendous race for him that should have been his after dominating most of the day. Then he comes into qualifying tonight, messes up not only his first lap, but his second lap, and has to start dead last. If he's hungry for anything, it's after everything that he's went through over the past week or so. He's looking to turn things around, and so far he is, as he's behind the back of Mundros, trying to find a way through.
Yeah, near contact there with the back bumper of the 22. The best remedy for a poor performance is winning, and he did win the ASCA 500, but he's not satisfied with just one win. He wants to win every race if he can, so he's looking to gain more. He may not win this race.
Mundros!
Oh, there goes Mundros.
And that's going to be a big wheel hop from the 22. He had been struggling these last couple laps under braking. We saw that penalty he had to serve, the stop and go, and now he's fallen back, nearly gets into the 54th Cazzola. He is now outside the top 15 after starting inside the top 10.
Yeah, bad news there for Dimitri Mundros as Walker just moved back up into the 13th position, now hunting down Workman for the 12th spot, as Bishop Wisdom is now on the back bumper of River Page. This is for a potential top 5 spot. These two rookies, as we have a wreck potentially in the back. Well, and we do. Robert Eccleberry is around.
That's the second time he has spun tonight. We're trying to find him. There he is. Yep, he's in the wall back here. Let's take a look at what happened there. And I think, self-spin.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
Yeah. Oh, that's not good. Oh, boy. Oh, no. Keola Hankins. Hankins isn't a great road racer. He was kind of hoping that he'd stay out of trouble, and trouble came to him instead.
Yeah, it was through that tricky S's section that I was talking about earlier before the race started. You want to be gentle in that section of the track, and Robert Eccleberry wasn't quite gentle, and it was just enough that got his car a little upset, and he just kind of stops in the middle of the track, and Cale Hankin's not prepared for it and gets into him, unfortunately. As now Aiden Walker is up into the 12th position, continues the ascent.
Yeah, it seems like River Page has figured something out. He started to pull away again here from Bishop Wisdom. River definitely pushed on the start of this race, and through some of these corners, tire wear absolutely plays a factor. And I think that's what really caused Diego Roldan to be able to catch him so quickly. And now you're seeing the 46 of Bishop Wisdom closing back in here on River as we go through the stadium section.
Have we had another car go off? Wait a minute. I saw smoke. Oh, it was Aiden Arevalo.
And that's a top 10 car.
Wheel hopped going into the stadium section. Looked like he kept it out of the wall and kept it going, so he didn't lose any positions, but he lost some time to the 45 of Chenoweth, as Corbin Collins is on pit road.
I'm wondering if we're going to see... I don't know what pit... You said about
20
to 22 laps. What? What? Do I need to take a peek?
Yeah, this one... this was not a...
Let me
you
take
might
a look.
want to check the replay.
Let me take a look. Oh my God! All right, let's see here. Well. Well, I think that's I don't think Corbin really wanted to race no more. There goes Corbin Collins. He's gonna go ahead and end it there for the night.
Yeah, that's kind of the sign that a driver's done. I asked him, we'll see what the response is here in driver's chat, but from the initial looks of it, he just decided that he was done racing for the night. But hey, fortunate that it didn't take anyone else out, as Connor Trafari has closed into within a car length here in the stadium section. This is getting interesting for the lead.
Yeah, and it seems like I'm seeing that happen. As we're seeing the 46 drifting through the stadium, he holds on to it. But Connor seems to close in and then back off. I don't know if AJ's doing that signature move of kind of baiting them in a little bit, making them think that they're going quicker than they really are before AJ starts pulling away again. We see him do that a lot on the ovals when he's leading these races. At a road course, it's a little different. But right now, Connor has not lost within a second of Hyder since the last restart. One of these times, Hyder is going to watch out for moves like that where Trafari sends it in deep.
And I will say, as they are starting to get a battle going on for the lead, the thing we have to look out for is lapped traffic. So right now, currently, AJ Hyder and Connor Trafari, the leaders, are entering turn 4. The back of the pack is going through the S's now, and they are 6 seconds off the pace. So obviously a very huge pace differential here at Mexico. And that's what these leaders are going to have to look out for, is navigating lap traffic, as we are starting to get closer to our pit window. We're on lap 16. We've got about 6 laps before we're seeing expected pit stops. This is going to get interesting here.
And you said they were about 22 laps or so, correct?
22 laps, yeah. My calculations say about like 6.5 or 22.5, as we've had another crash up ahead of leaders.
That's the 82 car. Big damage on him. Let's take a look.
Another lockup. It
just
gets into the wall at the stadium section.
Yeah, the stream saw Wayne Kennedy do this too. Oh my God. Oh wow. Yeah. Just nowhere for the 82 to go. Just completely locked it up. Completely overdrove the corner. And that car is, yeah, that's done. And he's already out of here.
Also, I'm not sure if your stream keys or whatever, if your button is like the pit button, but every time you like go to a replay, it says pitting in, pitting out. Also, an update on the Corbin Collins wreck. A quote from the driver himself: "I watched LJ Samito drive by me on speed and knew my time had come." So, yeah, that's sort of a rage quit there.
And that's considering he had damage.
Yeah, he had damage. So,
well,
thank you for the update. Thank you for the update.
Corbin will get a win one day. I know he will. It's just
He was so close. He was so close last year at Auto Club.
yeah,
Man,
and then he
that
ran
would
out
have
of
been
gas.
It'll come. It'll come. When you're that talented in ASCA, as Connor Trafari is very close to the back bumper of AJ Hyder here through the stadium section. He's drifting his car.
Yeah, he's pushing it as hard as he can. He wants this lead over AJ Hyder. Again, you never know if this is a true pace or AJ is simply just playing with his food a little bit. But if he's been playing for quite some time. Trafari has not gone away from him. The gap has been within a half a second for nearly this entire run.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly where you want to be when it comes time to make these pit stops. Is Trafari right up to the back bumper there through turn 1, trying to stick with him through turns 2 and 3. I'm not sure exactly where you want to be when it comes time to make your pit stops. Do you want to be the guy in the lead who's controlling the race, or do you want to be the guy in second who dictates when the leader comes down? Because almost assuredly, if we see the guy in second come down, we will see the guy in the lead come a lap later.
Yeah, for sure. And then Trafari has that advantage to where if the tire wear is as bad as we're expecting it to be, then Trafari's going to take the lead of this race. He has full control. Now, if he allows Hyder to pit before him, then we have a whole different scenario. So Trafari really needs to decide here, how long am I going to be staying out here, staying behind Hyder? Because if he thinks he can pass him, then the complexion's changed. But if he gets to a point where he knows he's not going to be able to pass Hyder on pace, you might as well come down pit road whenever you wish.
As I said before,
that was close. Yep, there you go. And that was different lines coming together right there. Hyder goes really wide and then comes across the track in the stadium section. Trafari never does that. He's always really shallow, stays as low as possible, is set up for a better arc into the left-hander. And you can see they nearly got together, and that's cost him a couple of tenths.
And as I was saying earlier before I was interrupted by that almost collision there, look who's ahead of the leaders. It's lapped traffic. That is the 38 of Wayne Kennedy. He is slower than these leaders by a considerable margin. They are almost onto him, almost assuredly, because we know Wayne is a great person, and you know he's got good respect around him.
Don't move.
He will probably let
stay
these guys
right
by.
there. I know you can hear me. I know you're watching this stream, Wayne. This is an order. Do not move.
Oh my goodness.
Trafari, it seems like that accident didn't really seem to do much because he's back up to his back bumper. Yes, Wayne, stay right there. Wayne's going to go ahead.
No, he's spinning through the grass. He almost fucking caused a big one.
He's just going to park it. He's done.
Is he going to park it? I think he might be parking it. No,
he's just going to let everyone go. But now there's one more lap car. It's Dawkins Jr. as they go into the stadium. Will we see the lines come together again? Dawkins gets out of the way. Trafari on his back bumper. He looks low. Higher blocks.
Nothing doing that time there through the stadium section. Connor Trafari still right up on the back bumper of the 44, trying to calculate when and if he can make the move. And now down onto the front straightaway again. Something that has neglected to be mentioned is kind of a draft effect. Obviously, it's not going to play a huge difference here on a track of this type, but down the front straightaway, that long front straightaway, there definitely is some sort of effect.
And while all that was going on, Diego Roldan slowly making his way up through the field. He just passed Gonzalez Green to get into the top 3, and he's gaining time here on our top 2.
Connor Trafari got really close to the back bumper of the 44 that last time by. If there's any lap traffic ahead, which doesn't seem like there is, Chris Bowes up the road, still going through the S's now as these guys enter turn 4. Trafari got real close again. There's only a matter of time before there's some contact. I think I don't want to jinx it, but I really.
Yeah, the big thing here about Trafari is that even with a teammate, he'll run into a teammate. He does not care who he's working with. If he feels like you're in his way, he'll move you out of the way. And Trafari's been very close a few times, or even have made contact once before in this section of the track. If Trafari can get back up to that back bumper, expect some paint to be traded.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys brought it up last stream. We were bringing up the concept of of ASCA being so big that real life sponsors are working their way into the sport now. I'm sure you mentioned it before. That Circle K logo is not just there because AJ wanted a scheme like that.
Yeah, they paid. They wanted to be part of AJ. AJ lost his sponsor last season with his esport group. And he was going to go this season without a sponsor. Circle K heard, and they responded. Along with that, Lot 9 Brewing. That's a family connection right there. They wanted in. And this season, they're expanding their partnership by featuring some of their more secondary brands. They're promoting their Till Death brand this week. So, again, this stuff is growing. It really is. Even people like River Page, he's bringing some of his own things in. So, when we say that things are growing here, they are in a big way.
Yeah, the Lot 9 Brewing car is showing off some of their flavors, I believe. Their flavors of their brewery is that brewery car getting real close. Yeah, through the S's. Another question, I know I brought up the draft earlier, how it didn't make that much of a difference. How much difference is dirty air making? How much difference does it make?
Well, with the Xfinity car, with the way iRacing has it right now, it's nothing too crazy, especially at a track like this where you're going so slow into these corners. What's really making the difference right now is the tire wear. These tires are screaming for grip. You're at a track like this where you're going so slow and you're having to put down so much throttle input just to get the car to rotate through some of these corners. Like that, for example, where Connor's sliding through the final corner. He's coming to pit road here.
And we did see our first pit stop. I saw a car on pit road. I didn't know if it was a scheduled stop or an unscheduled stop. It seems like it is that's LJ Samito that he's passing by right now. It seems like that's an unscheduled stop, and he might just be done. I'm not sure. But, yeah, Connor Trafari on pit road. Anyone else on pit road? We've got Dawkins is on pit road. He's a lap car. But nobody else in this lead top 10 is coming to pit road. So Connor Trafari making a strategy call here on lap 22.
Yeah, well, we talked about that. I mean, if Connor wants to win this race and if he feels like that he can't pass AJ straight up, the best next thing you can do is beat him on pit road. So at the very least, he's going to have a whole lap. And this is a very big racetrack. I think like 2 or 3 miles in length is the distance around here. So he's going to have a lot of time here to beat Hyder's time between him coming in and when he leaves pit road. So watch this.
Oh, we have a stack up in the final corner.
Oh. Yeah, that's Eckleberry again. Third spin of the night for him.
Okay, so this started because Keola Hankins kind of sent it a little deep into the final corner on Owen Chabinski. He spun out trying to avoid him and got away from it cleanly, at least for him, and then everybody just kind of showed up on the scene and...
Oh, Marcus gets a piece, and Hankins comes up into Nico. I don't know why you would do that, but yeah, and also while that was going on, Eckleberry spun himself again. Third time that he's done that. This has been an awful night there for the two.
And AJ Hyder is on pit road, so this is going to be an interesting look to see where he comes out relative to Connor Trafari. This is really going to be the tail of the race.
Yeah, because unfortunately, Roldan's going long here. So we're going to see whether he's basically hoping for a yellow or he's really hoping that when he comes out, the pace advantage will be enough to where he can catch the top two versus what he loses on pit road. We're looking for Connor Trafari now.
Trafari coming down the front straightaway now.
Oh, wow.
AJ Hyder off of pit road. This is going to be close.
As they approach turn one, it's going to be close between Hyder and Trafari. They're going to be side by side. No, Trafari takes the provisional lead of the race.
Good move there by Trafari. Got to the lead earlier. And AJ Hyder has been caught speeding on pit road from Wayne Kennedy.
Wow. Well, Hyder's going to have to come in and he's going to have to pray for a caution. And we were talking about the slump that he's been in since Auto Club last season. The race that really was one of the main reasons he lost the championship. That and bad internet at Homestead. Lost the ASCA 500 after dominating all day, and now once again is in a position where he can lose this race due to a mistake of his own very doing.
As it looks like most of the rest of the lead pack will come into pit road here, led by Diego Roldan. It looks like River Page is staying out to lead a lap or two. But other than that, it looks like most of the top 10 is on pit road themselves. Lars Chenoweth has decided to call it quits. What happened with him? Did he get involved in a wreck?
Yeah, that would be weird. I mean, he
was running top 10, and he just decided to call it quits, I guess. That's a little unusual.
Well, that sucks there for Lars. I mean, we were talking about him as one of the hotshot rookies this season after his performance in the ASCA 500. For whatever reason, he's not going to be able to finish. River Page has the lead over Benton, then Garrett White, then Landon Warren, then Moondros. And then we have the guys that have pit, starting with Connor Trafari. And according to Wayne, AJ Hyder has 8 penalties. So he's going to be having to come back down pit road. And from this point on, unless anything happens with Connor Trafari or anybody causes a caution, Connor should have this race won. But we'll wait and see. You never know what might happen, especially considering Hyder is closing in on Trafari anyway.
Yeah, this race is far from over. There's still plenty of racing to be done. I believe still over 20 laps to go. And the question remains to be seen, can they save enough fuel? Because my calculation, it was a rough one. It wasn't an exact one, but it was about 20, 22 laps. So there's a chance we might see a pit strategy race. I could be totally wrong about that, though.
As Moondros goes wide, Trafari having to check up for Moondros is going to allow Hyder to close in. Things are getting close.
And
Moondros is blocking. Wow, that was close. Moondros coming to pit road. Hyder to the inside on Trafari to take the provisional lead.
I'm sure Trafari's not going to be too happy with Moondros right there with those moves, but he had to take evasive action to get out of his way, and now AJ is back in the lead.
Can you get a confirmation on Hyder getting a penalty? Because
Wayne is in here right now.
Hey, Wayne, did he get a speeding penalty? Because he's not racing like he got a speeding penalty.
You was complaining about... Yes, he in fact still does have a speeding penalty. He's got to serve it soon.
All right, well, thank you, Wayne. Yeah, Hyder is going to go out here and try to serve it anyway while leading, and he is pulling away there from Trafari. Trafari not even pushing, but I will mention something. It might not be over. Diego Roldan is charging hard. He is now within 3 seconds of Connor Trafari.
That is interesting to note. Something else interesting to note. You'll never guess who's made their way up into provisional top 5. We've been kind of missing out on him because we were so focused on the battle for the lead before the pit stops that Aiden Walker has been battling back up into the top 5, so his climb continues, and still not sure if he's going to be able to win this race. Anything can happen from here to the end of the race, but it's going to take a caution for him to really have a shot at this one.
These guys, Connor Trafari specifically, are so lucky that he messed up his qualifying run, because this man has went from 36th, and after the top 3 pit here, which seems like some of them are right now, he will be in 6th place. And AJ's coming in, so this will now put the 93 of Walker up into the top 5 after River pits, because River's right now banking on a yellow. He's stayed out this whole time hoping and praying for a yellow, and unless we have a horrid crash here that causes a big pileup in one of these corners, that ain't going to happen at this point. Walker is going to be in 6th place after Page pits. He'll be in 5th. He definitely has the fastest car, but unfortunately, he's in a position where he's just way too far back now.
I think he was I think he may have pit under that first caution.
Well, yeah, he got involved in that wreck.
Yeah, so that's probably why he's able to stay out long.
Well, has he pit?
Let's go up through the order here.
Because keep in mind, he was, like, what? Like 12th? When we last checked in on him?
He's coming in now.
All right, well then, screw me, I guess. All right, but Guess who's now 2 seconds within the lead?
He's coming.
Yep.
Diego Roldan, the hometown kid.
Yeah, all those guys that were praying that he wins this race, your prayers might just come true, because he's coming quick.
Now the question is Connor Trafari saving his stuff?
Absolutely. I mean, if you're in his position, you might as well. Because if he learned anything from racing AJ earlier, it's that you could catch him, but it's another thing to pass him at a track like this. Diego's going to get the slipstream from Botting. I'm hoping Botting gets the hell out of the way, brother. We have a race on our hands. Thank you.
And it looks like he is.
And it's now under 2 seconds. Daniel Botting, what are you doing? Bro scared me for a minute.
It's the Uma cars. It's the Uma Musume cars. They're getting the photo up. That's clearly what they're doing there.
More lap traffic coming up here for Connor Trafari. It's Nico Servideo and the 30 of Shaver. Shaver and Nico have both been involved in wrecks tonight, and they're holding on for what they can.
I'm looking back through the pack.
1.3 seconds between Diego Roldan. My goodness, he is seconds by seconds quicker than him each and every lap. I'm hoping that Trafari better hope that he's saving, because if this is the pace that he's got, he's in trouble.
Bishop Wisdom was off the track a little bit there in turn 4. He is still in the 4th position, and as I confirmed earlier, Aiden Walker, in the top 5, so the climb continues as Diego Roldan continues to close in on Connor Trafari. This is going to be fun here. The 9 and the 99 battling it out, 2 upright cars.
And think about drivers that have had the most controversy. Think about where Diego's been. Diego has gotten 2 suspensions. He got 1 for wrecking himself on Indy on purpose. And then he got a season ban after wrecking Thurston on purpose at Darlington and nearly manipulating the entire championship before the playoffs started, because Kayla Hankins ended up getting involved in that. So he came into this season going winless after winning his season 6 title. And now he's here racing at his home track, trying to win his first cup race. And that's after he won the truck race and broke that ASCA winless streak on Friday. We talked about it during the first part of the race that it would be a first for a driver to sweep the weekend in both divisions. How special would it be for Diego to do it at his home track after everything he's been through these last 2 seasons?
Oh, it would be something special indeed. I mean, look at just how determined he is. He is closing in on that 9 car. I really hope that he's not burning up his stuff just to get there, because if Connor is saving his stuff and Diego is not, then it's going to be easy pickings for Connor Trafari after this. But Diego Roldan, like you said, with one of the most hellacious moments in ASCA history, just absolutely wiping out James Thurston at Darlington. This would be something of a redemption arc for him.
Also, on a funny note, he'd make his money back. He's sponsoring both races this weekend. He'd make his money back. Basically free sponsorship.
Wait, do you get $5 too for winning the truck race? Or do you get less?
I think whatever the sponsorship is, I don't remember. All I know is that he'd be making at least some of his money back. He'd basically be getting some free promotion out of it. So Diego does have something to work for here. And we do have guys in the chat cheering him on here with under 20 laps to go. This is the closest that he's been. 0.7 seconds between him and Trafari.
A half second quicker that last time by, and someone else who was quicker than Connor Trafari that last time by, Alexander Gonzalez Green, was slightly faster than Trafari this last time by. Now, he is a little bit further down the road. He is 4 seconds behind the 9 car. But if these two get to scrapping and there's some contact, then the 63 could just very well be up there as well.
Well, we got problems coming up ahead here. We have a train of 4 that are coming up. Here's Roldan with the move to the inside.
Tried to make it work. He's going to make it work. Going through turn 4. They're close. Almost contact there.
Oh, he's trying to shut the door.
In.
You got 2 of the most aggressive guys in the series going out of here for the lead.
This is going to get intense. Here they go up through the S's, continuing to battle. They are bumper to bumper. Here they go into the stadium section. What kind of move? Will Roldan try to move? Will he shove it in there? Will he try to force something? He thinks better of it. He's going to slip back into line and go through the stadium section behind him.
If I'm Roldan, wait until now. There it is, inside.
Almost contact that time. They're still through the stadium section. Trafari gets away with it. Roldan sliding the rears out of the stadium section. That's going to hurt his tire life a little bit as here they come out through the final corner. This is going to get intense. This is the battle for the lead we all hoped we'd see.
Yeah, Diego's hungry. Connor's hungry. They both got suspensions. They both missed the playoffs last season. These are championship contending drivers that felt robbed after last season that are trying to make up for all the pain, and you're seeing it out on the track now.
And that battle between these two has allowed Gonzalez Green to close the gap to under 3 seconds. Like I said, these two are scrapping. That's going to allow the 63 to close in, maybe make this a three-way battle. And they are not done yet. Let's see what Roldan has in store for the 9 car here coming into turn 4.
And think about where Gonzalez has been. Part-time driver. He's contended for nearly every race for the win that he has been in. He's hungry too.
And I thought you had more to say, but Roldan not making any move there into 4 like he did last time. Maybe trying to set something up going into the stadium section like he did a lap before. As we're trying to get an eye on the lap cars in front of these guys, they are not losing any time really. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with them.
And they're racing. That's Servideo racing with the 30 of Shaver down into the stadium. They're going to be side by side right in front of the leaders. Here comes another big run from Roldan to the outside on Connor Trafari side by side. Who will lift? No one!
Trafari's into the barriers!
And they both crash. Gonzalez Green takes the lead. Heartbreak for Connor Trafari. The engine is blown.
Trafari is destroyed.
It's over.
His car is done.
Connor Trafari will have to retire from the race. He's trying to limp it around, trying to get a yellow, trying to hope for anything. But it's over for Connor Trafari. That car is totaled. The heartbreak continues.
And I'm sorry to say on that last caution, but that was totally avoidable by Connor Trafari. It looked like he just closed the door like Roldan wasn't even there to his inside there in the stadium section, so completely avoidable. Roldan's making a move. Is it an ambitious move? Yes, but it's not a dirty move, and Trafari just shuts the door like he doesn't even exist, to be honest with you. So I like Connor. He's a good friend, and I know we kind of make jokes on this channel that he's a bit of a I'm not going to say the word. I don't want to get unpersoned like Levi Light, but
Oh,
that could have gone down better for Connor Trafari.
he has a nickname. You guys know what it is, and he's proven it.
We're not going to repeat it
Yeah.
because we don't want to. All right. But anyways, Alexander Gonzalez Green is now in the lead, and Diego Roldan has damage. It doesn't seem like that much damage. It seems like he's still able to continue. We'll see what his pace is this lap, but Gonzalez Green has been basically handed this race on a silver platter.
Well, it's not over. Whatever damage Diego's got, it is not affecting him one bit. He has cut the lead in half already within a lap on Gonzalez Green. Gonzalez still needs to go, and with all these lap cars in the way, they gotta move.
Yeah, good opportunity here down the front stretch for these cars to get out of the way and let the leaders battle for the win. As Diego, why am I not seeing Diego? There he is. Down the front straightaway, that last time ran a 134.3, Gonzalez Green a 134.2. So like you said, that damage not affecting Diego Roldan in a negative way as leaders, as the lap cars are still not out of the way of the leaders.
Yeah, Shaver is not moving here for Gonzalez Green. They have a right not to. They can race. I don't know why you would, but they don't have to move as Gonzalez Green is all over the back of him. Shaver will continue to stay in the way along with Nico Servideo. This will help Roldan, but he had a really bad first few corners of this lap. That's caught him back a second there on Gonzalez Green.
And Diego Roldan complaining over the radio saying, get out of the way, and he just hit the lap car. Yeah, these guys are...
Yeah, they're not moving. Yeah, Shaver was trying to get out of the way, but at the same time, Roldan was trying to go to his inside. And they got together, no harm, no foul for the 30 for Roldan. He lost 7/10.
Yeah, that's going to set him back a little ways, like you said. And ahead of the 63, there are 2 more lap cars immediately as the K.O. Hank is the 72, Tyler Dixon in the 55. It's going to be interesting to see what these guys do. Will Servideo get out of the way of the 99? Looks like he does.
And there goes Diego Roldan. He moves past the 11, and now 1.5 seconds between him and Gonzalez Green. He's got about 10 laps to do it.
Guys,
Why
it
does
was
say-
not sounding good out there in the Uprise team group.
I can imagine their
boy.
teammates.
Connor Trafari was asking for black flag clears, citing Blackstone last week. But I just want to also say, as we watch here with the number 63, he's still got to go through the number 72.
And he overthrows
made
the
it.
turn
Oh, he
one!
misses the corner!
Yeah, out of the way goes the 63, and he loses the lead to Diego Roldan. He was trying to make a dive on Keola Hankins, trying to get around a lap car, and allows Diego to take the lead. I think Robbie Gordon did that one time.
I was gonna say you were setting that up exactly like the Robbie Gordon call. It's a little bit different, but it's somewhat similar. Oh, there's contact in front of them. There's a slap
Oh,
car
boy.
spinning.
Oh, there it is!
Oh, I
Contact
think
for
the 63
Gonzalez
got a
Green.
tag.
Well,
And speaking of drivers,
Aiden Walker's gonna see that. And, oh, he has toe damage. Toe damage for Gonzalez Green. The car is crab walking.
oh no, and here comes Bishop Wisdom in the 46, right behind the 63. He's gonna be here to take advantage.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Aiden Walker. Aiden Walker is not gonna leave me alone after that. Aiden Walker is not gonna leave me alone after that.
What did you say, him instead of Gonzalez?
No,
Green?
no, because, there goes Gonzalez Green. Yeah, his car's messed up. I was saying because of, you remember what happened on Friday when a lap car spun in front of the leaders?
Oh.
And now no, but this time a lap car actually hit him, and they didn't bring out a yellow. Oh, no!
Well,
I can put my
you
second
made the
opinion
right
to
call.
it.
I don't know what Dunn was doing there. I don't know what
Dunn
J.O.
is being
Hankins was
pressured
doing there.
actively, actually, surprisingly, because of how long the last caution took. He's being told to be lenient by the other drivers in there, so there might be some outside pressure here from the Uprise drivers.
Oh, I'm mainly
manipulation?
I'm dicking around. I don't. It's just I already know Aiden's not gonna leave me alone after that. But anyway, enough.
Well,
with
you got to
the
start
joking.
crossing your fingers here.
Yeah, I gotta start crossing, because look at Gonzalez Green. He is crab walking all around the racetrack, and like a lot of people in the chat are saying, now it's up to Bishop Wisdom to stop Diego Roldan, and I'll tell you, he's closing in. He's within 3 seconds.
There is another. Look at who's in fourth. Play the Jaws theme. You were saying he was going to be angry at you. Here he comes. How much has Aiden Walker been saving? And how hard has Bishop Wisdom been pushing? Does Diego Roldan have anything left in his tires after he's been pushing so hard on this stint?
Well, here's
the better
deal.
question is, do they have to pit again? Wayne, do you know if that's a thing that's going to be happening here?
Most people are on a strategy here with mainly doing one stop here. However, we should keep our eyes open for those that are going to go pit for tire life, as they get slippery around here. That's all I can tell you guys.
So one thing I will mention, Walker is the freshest tires out of anybody. He was the last one to stop. He went as long as he could because he did pit under that first caution, so he got a few extra laps of life out of his gas tank. So he's got the best tires out of everybody. He is basically about a second quicker than everyone else per lap because of that. We're coming up to 11 to go. He has 11 seconds between himself and Roldan.
Yeah, that last time by, he did not gain... So, I think something... Oh, no. Is that what caused the wreck?
What?
Oh, no.
What are you talking about?
So, local ASCA dumbass Enoch Hadcock decided to start spotting for Connor Trafari and was on the spotter button apparently through that corner, and that's what caused him to wreck.
Oh my god. Enoch
Little
Hadcock.
Radio interference.
Do we want to give him a half penalty point for his troubles and suspend him from the truck
We
series?
never give him tied clean ass move of the week right there. Speaking of, that's coming back to Ask a Server near you. I don't know what channel it's gonna go in, but it's definitely gonna be a moment for I don't know if anyone in the chat remembers from a long time ago when the tied clean ass move of the race was introduced. I kind of brought it back for season 6, and then it disappeared after that, but we could definitely bring it back.
So if you guys don't know, if you guys possibly don't know who the man, the myth, the Pizza Hut employee himself, Enoch Hancock, if you guys were here on Friday, you saw him wreck himself like 2 times and then try to I don't know what him and George Tolsma were doing. You guys heard about that if you were in the server. With him and George Tolsma having like a multi-channel fight about which one was worse while they were fighting for 21st. But it was a fun one that night. But yeah, Wisdom has stalled around that 3-second mark. He isn't really losing, but he's not gaining much either. And we're on 10 laps to go now. So if he wants a chance to win this race, he's got to pick up the pace a little bit.
Yeah, and speaking of picking up the pace, Aiden Walker has barely made a dent on the lead. I don't know if that's what you're talking about. I kind of was blanking out, focusing on the general chat. Connor says he can't even eject him from inside the car when he gets on the spotter comms. That's kind of really messed up. This is why,
wait.
Right, ladies and gentlemen.
Was that not a plan? Like, did he not want him to be a spotter?
No, he joined like midway through the race.
Nice.
I saw him join. And I'm like, why is he joining? And then I guess we know why he was joining. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why you set passwords.
Walker, Servideo almost collided into each other going into the stadium. Walker almost spun himself trying to avoid plowing into the back of him.
Yeah, this is why I leave my spotting up to AI. You know, obviously not the best, but like the AI spotters, it's not going to join you mid-race. But anyway, no lap cars now between Roldan and Wisdom. And Wisdom gained about a half second that last time by. This is going to get interesting here down the stretch with less than 10 to go.
And while that's going on, Garrett White, Dimitri Mundros going at it. They're both sliding. Mundros sideways, drifting it through the stadium. They're going to continue side by side. And there goes Mundros around the outside. Here comes Thurston to pick up the pieces as well.
This is getting interesting. It's a really shame that I cannot see it because I have my fucking... These cameras are not good. But anyways, I'm going to stop yapping about that. Garrett A. White having a good run. Moondros with a good run. Aiden Arevalo has quietly made his way into the top 5.
Yeah, I did
Very
not
underrated
take him.
run for him.
I did not take him as a road racer. I really didn't.
I think he's just an all-around, like, quiet, like, good driver. Like, he's not going to wow you by running up front too often. Like, he does have a win at Talladega in Season 7. But that was, you know, Talladega. Anyone could win Talladega. But not to diminish any achievements. But he's just that quiet guy, you know. He's not going to wow you with, like, impressive runs or strategies. He's just going to finish top 5, top 10, top 15, and he can point his way into the playoffs easily.
And I just want to say, I'm really shocked. I'm shocked by Thurston today. Really. He's got a little bit of damage on the back of the car. I don't really know where that came from. He's racing with River Page. He's all over the road. He's going to let River by. I think he might have a slowdown penalty he's got to serve because he just lets River through. But remember, he won at Chicago Street last season. Before that, he was one of the best at road courses. I mean, top 10 is not bad whatsoever, but he qualified like outside the top 20. And he's made a good progress of his own, but, I mean, he got surpassed by Aiden Walker on pace throughout this whole run. He's been stalled within this top 10 area all night long. It's quite surprising to see.
Well, I'm trying to see. Okay. I asked Connor if he wanted to air his grievances on the broadcast, and he said no point. So, we're not going to get the Connor Trafari. Jordan went, he says, unless Gavin really wants me to. I'm going to say we don't, just because, you know, God forbid he says something really bad and the stream gets
so
taken off. We're
going to keep, we'll save everything, but, you know, that decline to comment gives you enough info that you need to know. Honestly, he might be more mad at Enoch more than anything.
Yeah, that's, I know they had an agreement. I think Connor spotted for him actually on Friday night. As there is contact happening up ahead of Diego Roldan between Landon Warren and Marcus Vanderlee.
Wow, I'm
as
shocked.
Quietly, Bishop Wisdom has started making his move.
Yeah,
up towards the 99 car.
Yeah, he's within 2 seconds now. And what happened to Landon Warren? He started 8th tonight. And he's back in 22nd, about to get lapped. Warren's one of the better road racers. I'm shocked.
Yeah, honestly, if you had asked me before the race, if you had asked me a sleeper pick. I would have picked him. This has just been slowly trickling down the order. Maybe, just getting outclassed by other drivers. I don't know what happened. Something else I want to point out is, well, maybe we shouldn't point it out, but the 56 scheme looks a little bit familiar to anyone who knows Marcus Vanderlee. That's all. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, he had a different sponsor, but for whatever reason, Chris didn't allow it, so they had to get someone else for the job that day. So if you know, you know. If you know, you know. I wonder what scheme this is supposed to be.
Let's just say it's a very... ASCA doesn't get into politics, but let's just say it's a very touchy subject in today's society.
It really is, yeah. There is a reason why it wasn't allowed, but they didn't want to make a new base.
And it would have been bad optics to run it in Mexico.
Yeah.
I'll just leave it at that.
But
anyways, looking... What's the chat saying about it?
Well, they're talking about the fact that now Wisdom is near a half a second, or a second and a half, from Diego Roldan through the stadium section. He continues to close in.
He continues to pick it up as Marcus Vanderlee is letting the 99 by, giving him the space he needs, and now there's 2 lapped cars between the 46 and the 99. As we hit now 6 laps to go, as that last time by Wisdom continued to gain some time.
Yeah, well,
but now with 2 lap cars between the two.
Yeah, I'm going to need these guys to get the hell out of the way as Landon Warren and Marcus are fighting for position contact between the two as they go through turn 1 right in front of Wisdom. They need to get out of the way here, guys.
I mean, they have a right to race. They are racing for the 21st position. But Bishop Wisdom, I'm sure, is saying, get out of the way. Let me go by you before you start to battle. But it's not going to happen. They're side by side through turn 4. Will Wisdom push the issue, or will he let them battle it out? He gets by the 23. Is he going to stay? Is he going to get by the 56 as quick? No. Through the S's, and he's still behind the 56.
Yeah, I mean, Marcus is not moving. You know, it would not shock me if he's doing this on purpose, helping out his good friend Outery, but yeah, Marcus needs to get the hell out of the way here because we could have a really good race on our hands, and he's blocking him.
Yeah, listen, I don't advocate for intentional wrecks and moving drivers, but if there was ever a time where someone was going to move a lap car, or he could just blow the corner like that and let the 46 by, so never mind, I will retract what I said.
And while that's going on, how about this? I'm going to be real with you. Owen Chabinski is having a genuinely decent day, top 20. Considering how really bad he was last season. He was the cause of many yellows last season. First start of the season, he's retracted to a part-time basis. He's kept it clean. He's stayed out of trouble. I even saw him earlier in the race. He was letting faster guys by, not even worrying about racing guys he had no business being with. And all that's been rewarded with a solid top 20 run as Diego's coming up to him. Now there's a 2-second gap between Roldan and Bishop Wisdom with 5 laps to go. Oh, Roldan! Whoa! Landon Warren spinning right in front of the 56!
Whoa!
Landon Warren, what the heck happened there?
I think he just blew the corner. He almost took out the 46, but he was okay. I was about to point out the 93 and the 60.
Wheel hop.
Yep. Yeah, just a simple wheel hop. Fortunate he didn't take out the leader. That would have been really bad if he did that. That would have been really bad optics, but... Looking back now, for the podium position, Aiden Walker is on the bumper of the 63, and the 63 just lets him by. That damaged 63 car, he's just going to let Aiden Walker by, and now the 93 is up into a podium spot, and unless there's a caution here late in the race, this seems like third is going to be where he goes, but from basically the back of the pack to third, with like almost no cautions between, that is very impressive. You have to tip your hat to Aiden Walker.
Yeah, for sure, and now I'm going to have to interview him. And now, if you heard about that, on why Gonzalez Creed is like that, I'm not going to hear it. I am not going to hear it. And Chabinski is now blocking Wisdom here on the track. And yeah, he's not letting him go either. These lap cars are not cutting him a break.
He's letting him go here, I think. Roldan was sliding his tires through the stadium section. I'm not sure how much life he has left in these tires, but he's got 4 laps to go for his first ASCA Cup Series win. A second... down inside of 2 seconds. This is going to get a little hairy and a little intense here for Diego Roldan. He's just got to not think about the pressure. He's just got to continue to hit his marks. He's got to continue to be the best driver out on the track right now.
What is Owen doing? Owen just ran through the back of Wisdom through turn 1.
Oh my God, OJ,
yeah,
please. I don't want to, like...
OJ almost wrecked him. I don't know what he's doing, but fortunately he's out of the way now. Here I was giving him my praises, and my God, Aiden Walker, you can see him in view now of the leaders in the background. That is how much time. Started 36th, came down pit road, and restarted last on the original restart. And he has moved all the way to third. God, I mean, we wouldn't even be talking about Roldan and Wisdom right now if he got a good qualifying lap in. I mean, on one hand, he's got to be real happy about having what a great performance tonight, but man, you got to be angry that you messed up your qualifying session if you knew you were going to have this kind of pace.
I'm keeping my eye on the leaders in the battle. This stadium section, the most important section of the track when it comes to gaining and losing time. Roldan just taking it gentle through the corners. Wisdom is sliding the tires, trying to put the power down. He's trying to get all the power and the momentum that he can through these corners as he tries desperately to catch up to Diego Roldan as they come to 3 laps to go here in Mexico.
I mean, this is something, again, we talked about at the beginning of the show here. You know, Bishop Wisdom, he has an ASCA win. He won the National Series at Daytona, and we never saw him again after that. This is one of the first times we've seen him since then, all the way back in Season 6. And what an impression he has made. But it doesn't seem like he has the pace really to challenge at this point with 3 laps to go. He's making a lot of mistakes out there, trying to find whatever time that he can. Tapping the wall coming out of turn 3 as they approach turn 4. Roldan continuing to pull away.
Yeah, Wisdom lost a half a second the last lap by, so it seems like whatever Roldan is doing, he just needs to take it easy. Just make sure he doesn't make any mistakes. Don't flub it up and hit the tire barrier. He needs to force Wisdom into making a mistake, and maybe the way he does that is just taking the rest of the track like he knows how to do. Just be calm and careful. As there is lap traffic up ahead, I don't think Roldan is going to catch them, though, by the end of this race.
And while that's going on, big battle for the end of the top 5. Dimitri Mundros and River Page have gone by Arevalo. Garrett White is involved here as well. A 4-car dance here for 5th place.
And it might become 5 cars with James Thurston back there. He's not too far behind this pack, but man, this is going to get real interesting here. Hopefully these guys don't make contact and kill each other here.
And look at this, 24 River Page crossing over Mundros. Mundros blocking everywhere he goes. River shoving the nose inside through the left-hander, but Mundros defends as we enter the exit of the S's.
Looking at the lap times between the leader Roldan and Bishop Wisdom, they were practically identical that last time. Roldan mounting a successful defense thus far. He's got 2 laps to go as we look back for the battle in 5th. Mundros into 5th, River Page, as they continue to get crazy there through the stadium section.
Here comes River. He has a run. Mundros is going to block. He's blocking everywhere he can go as we're coming to 2 laps to go.
These guys are getting close and spicy with it. They are bumper to bumper down into the front section. James Thurston hoping they get together and give a shout to Miles Davis in the top 10. Have not said his name pretty much at all today, and he has just avoided the chaos and avoided the carnage and has found himself in a top 10 spot with 2 laps to go.
And Arevalo looking low. Gets blocked there from Page.
I'm looking up ahead and I'm seeing these lap cars racing side by side ahead of Roldan. All he wants to do is get to that white flag. He is going through the stadium section now. There's a lot of thoughts on his mind. There's a lot of things running through. He just can't let that get to him as here he comes through the final corner. White flag in the air. Diego Roldan leading.
He's got lap cars ahead of him here, Jacob. It's not over. Workman and Ethan Moses are racing all over the track in front of him. If I were them, I'd just get the hell out of the way. Workman's got the memo. We'll see if Moses got the memo too. As we go towards 1, Workman still side by side. He's going to slam on the brakes, come to a stop, let Roldan through. And he's gained 4/10, Wisdom has, through that first corner alone. Now it's Moses in between Roldan and victory.
I heard Moses say that he was going to let Roldan by through turn 4. That last time by, it seemed like, the gap between them had not changed. Moses still just running his race through turn 4. Diego Roldan trying to take advantage. and so is Bishop Wisdom. Ethan Workman lets Wisdom by. Only a few sets of corners to go, but I don't think Bishop Wisdom is close enough to make a change. Roldan through the S's, continuing to race. Moses is sliding. Roldan is sliding. Wisdom trying to catch.
I remember an interview with Diego Roldan after Darlington Season 7 when he missed the playoffs for the first time in his ASCA career. He was heartbroken, finished second that night, and ever since then, he has lost everything. He got suspended. He has not won anything. He's had nothing close to the success that he has had in his previous era. As he comes out of the final corner, he wins the truck race on Friday, and now on a Monday, the winless streak is over for the two-time champion. Diego Roldan wins in Mexico City. Finally, it's over for Diego.
Oh my god, you gotta feel great. You gotta love it. Diego Roldan winning his home race for his first career ASCA iRacing win. And just the heartbreaks, all the heartbreaks that he's had, all the... Man, this, you know what? I don't know how many of y'all know Checo, but I'm sure he's seeing that one.
Oh, yeah, and look at this. Is going to be a popular win. Everyone knows what this is all about. Everyone knows. Walker's going to come in, give a little door bang. Here comes Marcus. Everyone knows what this is about. Popular guy, and again, he's not been shy about it. You know, there have been 2 separate times where out of frustration, he's purposely wrecked himself or another driver. Just because he's frustrated that he doesn't have that success. And this season, he wanted to change all that. He really did. And not only did he win the truck race on Friday, beat one of the best to do it, Aiden Walker, but he's going to go out here and beat some of the best guys in our series. AJ Hyder, Aiden Walker, hell, even the rookie, Bishop Wisdom with a second place finish. He beat all of them tonight. And really, what more can you ask for?
There was some hiccups along the way with the other drivers. Had to basically overcome an AJ Hyder speeding penalty. Had to overcome Connor Trafari clearing himself due to spotter interference. Is he out of fuel? I think he might be out of fuel, genuinely.
Well, if so, I'm sure there's a driver or two that will be more than happy to push him along to the front straightaway.
Maybe not. Well, here comes
LJ.
The one to do it.
LJ will be the one to do it.
it.
I think LJ will be the one to do it, at least until someone else comes over. We'll see. He's trying. LJ is going to give him a bit of a bump there. I think he's just taking a parade lap. I think he's still got some left in the tank.
Okay, the 99 is not out of fuel, I think. I think he's waiting on his teammates. Yeah,
there
he's
it is. Yeah, here they come. Chris Lilly, team owner, joined Uprise in Season 6, midway. Hyder and Chris Lilly, they're going to come on over and give him a door bang on both ends. And now it's time to burn it down in the stadium. And while he celebrates, let's take a look here at the finishing results. After an incredible, incredible night of action, Diego Roldan wins the Gansito 175K, becomes one of, if not the first driver, to sweep an ASCA weekend, winning all the events on a given weekend. Diego Roldan wins it over a second over rookie Bishop Wisdom. Arenado was so close to that second ASCA win. Still an incredible debut for the 46, and Aiden Walker started 36th tonight, got crashed on the first lap, and came all the way back to third. And I know I'm not going to hear the end of it with what happened with Gonzalez Green from Aiden later, but Gonzalez Green finishes 4th, River Page finishes 5th, James Thurston fights through that pack of cars right at the end to bring it home in 6th. Garrett White 7th, Dimitri Mundros in 8th, Miles Davis in 9th, and Aiden Arevalo in 10th place. Moving on to the rest of the field, AJ Hyder has to settle for 11th after a penalty. Chris Lilly in 12th, Bryce Bend in 13th, Gabe Cazzola 14th, Fidel Fabian in 15th, followed by Connor Ballheis, Pravin Vajakimar, Ethan Moses, Ethan Workman, and Marcus Vanderlee. Outside the top 20 now, we got Landon Warren, Owen Cheminsky, Kaola Hankins, Aiden Smith, Nico Servideo, Derek Shaver, Daniel Bonning, Aiden Robertson, Robert Eccleberry, and Tyler Dixon. And rounding out the rest of the field, Jason Samito, Chris Bowes, Connor Trafari, Lars Chenoweth, Anthony Sharps, Julian Dawkins Jr., Wayne A. Kennedy, Scott Ferguson Jr., Corbin Collins, and finally Quinby Denmott round out the rest of the field. What a night of action. An incredible race with a satisfying conclusion. And I'm not waiting. It's time to head on over to Santa's workshop because we got someone to talk to. Where is he? Where is he?
He's not in the VC right now. Maybe we can
my God. Okay, well, you know what?
Maybe we can make our way through first.
Let me get this out of the way because I know he has something to say. Aiden Walker.
I do not even know what happened to him.
Aiden Walker. Here, I can give you the explanation if you want. So, you want to know why Gonzalez Green was crab walking all over the fucking place?
I noticed his rear end housing was a little bit misaligned.
So, there was a lap car that spun out right in front of him. Yeah. The lap car fucking ran into him. And done.
Wait, which lap car was it?
I don't know. It was a lap car. I don't even know.
Nico? Was it Nico?
Yeah, it was Nico.
Was it the Bass Pro car?
Yes.
It was also the 55.
So it might have been the 50. I don't know. All I know is Dunn didn't call yellow. And I'm like, oh my fucking God. I am not going to hear the end of it. I'm not going to hear the end of it. Why now? I'm like maybe a week later when everyone forgot about it. Yeah, okay, but anyway, enough of that. I just had to get that out of the way.
Let's just get to the race.
Yeah, let's get to the race.
Let's get out of the way.
Because look, I've learned my lesson. All right? I've learned my lesson. All right. You started 36th. From my understanding, you just messed up both of your qualifying laps, right?
I got a 0x on the first one because I barely clipped the tire wall, so then the second lap I got an off track through the second to last corner in the S's, so like the corner before you go onto the straight and things. So that made me start 36. I'm happy we didn't have more than 40 people tonight, so that would have been a problem. Got caught up with LJ.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was kind of frustrated, but I was like, it's lap one. I still have so much time to actually get, positions out of that. So pretty much by that point, it was just get through the field as quick as possible. Right before pit stops, got by Aiden and Lars, which got me into the point where I was just absolutely by myself. That was kind of sad, not gonna lie. Then pit, still by myself. Besides, passing two people that stayed out a little bit longer, I was still by myself. Then we caught up to lap traffic, still by myself, pretty much. And once we got past the lap traffic, caught more lap traffic. At least I was near one car tonight, and that was Alex. After I learned something happened to him. We are not going to talk about that again. So past that point, I noticed I was catching Diego and Bishop there, and I felt like I had a chance. It was just too much and just too little time. So
yeah,
still happy with the result, especially starting from literally dead last and getting wrecked on lap one. Well, not really wrecked. It was only 11 seconds of optional, but I was involved in it, so we'll count it as wrecked. But just getting up to the podium there is a pretty big deal, especially with everyone seeming to make mistakes, especially with pit rows. So really good day. Wish I could have had more, but at the end of the day, it's still a really good points day. Sets the momentum still for the rest of the season, even though with back qualifying. I think this fixes it.
I mean, I think that was probably the best drive of your career, really. I mean, I've never seen somebody do that before on a road course. On an oval, it'd be one thing. But you went and did this on a road course, spent the entire race chopping through guys the whole way through, and got a
and
third
I didn't
place
get to
finish.
take advantage of the one single caution, too.
Yeah. Talk about nearly a perfect day. I mean, you were only, 8-9 seconds behind the leader when it was all
I
said
was
and done?
I was 8.1 at the very end.
Yeah, I mean, you
Now
were hauling.
I would probably had to still go through the lap traffic if like I was a little bit further ahead and I actually had a chance, but I think with the pace I had at the very end, I feel like I could have had a shot. It's just again too much with too little time. So I got.
Well-
I want to thank my sponsors real
Yeah,
quick.
please, because I hear you have a new one.
Yeah, Spunger on YouTube. He's trying to grow his channel right now. He's also with Beamstock Cars. So gotta thank the both of them. It's gonna be like a 15 race deal this season. You'll see a few different variations of the car. Maybe even a throwback too. So can't wait to see how that goes for again the rest of the season. But then I also gotta thank some of my other sponsors: Cosmo Motor Company, Blue Line Tennessee, Lively's Custom Diecast. I'm gonna shout. Can I shout my photography account?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go follow Aiden Walker Photography on X and Instagram and Facebook. Even though Facebook, I still gotta work on it a little bit more, but go follow those accounts. Hopefully everyone enjoyed this race. Sorry, Gavin, about Friday.
I know
And,
Chris is making you say that. I know Chris is making you say that because Chris was pissed about that.
No.
Good boy. Good boy.
No, but Gavin, I nearly just copied what Diego put of the Google Doc and just reposted that, but replaced what's his name with your name?
No!
Hopefully everyone enjoyed the race. Unfortunate circumstances coming P3 after kind of choking qualifying, but still great performance. Can't wait to see what next week has for us.
And that is Aiden Walker, pretty much last to third. And now I want to talk to this man, Bishop Wisdom. First off, Jacob told me something about you that I want to confirm. Are you Arenado?
Yes, I am Arenado.
So, yeah, Arenado. Well, I'll tell you what. First off, welcome back. It's been a while.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
Talk about an impression. Fastest in practice, second in qualifying, second in the race. Are you normally this good at road courses?
Absolutely not. I didn't even have this track like a week ago. So I spent a whole lot of time practicing for this race, trying to find the best lines and whatnot. And I mean, I'm speechless. I cannot believe I had this good of a race.
And when it comes to that race, especially at the end, we saw you lose a little bit of position off the start, but as you went on through the race, you were just mistake-free. Everyone else around you was making mistakes, and right at the end, you were just a few seconds away from getting Diego. Do you think you had anything for him at the end?
To be honest, not really. I did have a couple of mistakes while I was trying to catch back up to the main, like the top three there. I noticed that they were making some mistakes. I was very confused on what was going on. I saw Connor getting the wall there, 63 as well. Apparently had an incident, but yeah, I just, man.
How are you feeling right now? Because it definitely sounds like you're.
I'm still taking it in. It's I'm just speechless. That I just had this good of a race, man. Yeah.
Well, after today, I don't know how many races you were planning on doing, but next time we see you, what are your expectations now that you've had a performance like this?
Well, I would prefer to stay in like the top 20. That's how like impressed I am with this race, how well I did, because I thought I was going to be like getting into a lot of incidents and just being off the pace, but surprisingly not. I was keeping pace with the top dogs.
Well, I'll tell you what, Bishop. We were talking about Lars Chenoweth last week when it came to his performance in the ASCA 500. And if he didn't leave, it would have been another great run by him. But you are definitely the star of the show tonight in regards to our rookies up front all race long. And if you're shocked that you ran like this on a track that you just bought, then perhaps you're a little better than you think.
Yeah, maybe. Man, I'm I'm just still taking it in. Yeah.
Well, we'll allow you to go ahead and take it in for as long as you need to. Congratulations on the second place run. And again, if this performance is anything like what you're capable of most of the time, then we'll probably be talking to you again very soon.
Yeah,
And before
thank you so much.
before I let you go, do you have anybody you want to thank?
Well, I would like to congratulate on Diego for getting the win, and he put on a hell of a show there. I kind of find it funny how last time I wanted to ask a race, I beat a Target sponsored car. This time I was on the opposite end of that. So
Yeah, he beat Tawa in the first race. Shout out Tawa.
Yeah, shout out Tawa. We love you, Tawa.
I hope he's doing well.
Oh, he's doing well.
Yeah, just I would like to congratulate on Diego for the win. That was a well-deserved win.
And that is our second place finisher, Bishop Wisdom. But if you're sticking around, a lot of y'all in the chat were cheering him on from beginning to end. Diego Roldan, the winless streak is over.
Yeah, man, we just won it out. We just won.
Oh, man, this is fun.
Diego, before we go into the race and everything, because I know we have a lot to talk about, how are you feeling right now? You not only won once, you won twice.
Dude, this must have been scripted. This whole weekend was scripted. I swear to God, it was scripted for me only. Holy Oh my God.
Not only does he win both races, he also got his money back.
I didn't get my money back. Yeah,
that's the most important part about all this, man.
But Diego, let's talk about your race. First off, great qualifying effort, top 3. This is really one of the first times we've seen you really be good at a road course. I want to ask you, what makes this track so much different from other road courses?
I think experience is most definitely the major factor here. It's the first time ASCA has raced at a track like this down at the south. And the elevation as well. Elevation played a huge factor. So everyone anticipating like wheels spinning off the exit of the corners. We didn't experience much of that. But I think when everyone's on an even playing field, that's definitely where, AJ, Aiden Walker, those guys weren't, ahead of the field by like 15, 20 seconds. So that helped a little bit.
And I also want to ask about your tire saving, what your tire saving was like. Because I know during the truck race on Friday, that was one of the big reasons why you were able to get around Walker, not only during the green flag run, but during that pit stop. We saw that again here tonight where you were backing off a lot, but as the run went on, you were starting to catch guys like Connor Trafari. What were you doing behind the wheel to help your car during the long run?
Throughout the off season, I was, I've been practicing on being easy on the throttle, on the exits, entry as well. I've been trail braking more, and those official races have been really helping me out. Just tire saving, being with the pack, and then, knowing when to go balls to the wall with these tires.
Now, let's talk about one of the more controversial parts of the race. You and Connor Trafari were racing hard for the lead. It was all clean, real close. And then in the stadium, you guys got together, and there was a huge crash. That ended Connor's day. And it almost looked like it was the end of your day, too. What was your thoughts throughout that whole scenario?
Me and Connor, we're good now. She just had some spotter issues.
Yeah, I heard. A certain somebody that was supposed to be in there.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he's, up there in the booth. But to be honest, I've those last couple of laps when me and Connor were battling, we had a good battle, but then his spotter would just tell him, "Oh, Diego's there," and then Connor wouldn't know if I'm on the outside, if I'm on the inside. So just took a guess, but none of it was his fault. Just all on the spotter.
And when it came to afterwards, you did have a little bit of damage on the car from hitting Connor. Did you think it was over?
Honestly, think I did, because I believed what I thought at first is that I had fender damage, which would scrub the front tires and could completely destroy my entry speeds. But we were lapping the same times as Alexander Green, early in the race and after the wreck with me and Connor. I thought that it was over then until he overshot turn 1, and we were able to capitalize on that and, pull away.
Yeah, from there it was pretty much no contest. The only other contest you had was from Bishop Wisdom. What was going through your mind as he was trying to catch you in those final few laps?
My heart was racing in those last final laps, especially in the stadium. I kept making mistakes entering, and I would lose a bunch of time, and he would gain. And he's like, the stadium was, I would say, his best sector, and he started gaining on me. But the lap cars play a factor as well. I tried maneuvering through them without losing much time. I guess he had some issues going through them. But, I got to thank those lap cars. Those are MVP right there.
But Diego Roldan, finally, after over 2 seasons, 2 suspensions, you finally have gotten that winless streak off your chest. What more can we expect from you this season?
Repeat what we did in season 6.
Well, there you have it. Finally, Diego, before I let you go and end this broadcast, is there anyone you want to thank?
I want to thank my cat, she's dumb as hell.
Hell yeah.
I want to thank Target, for being the main sponsor of this race and the season. We're going to keep that Target car on there. I want to thank Uma Musume for sponsoring me for this one race. And I want to thank my team owner, Chris Lilly, for having me the opportunity to race for his team. AJ Hyder cheering me on throughout the race. Conchfari, I love that guy, but man, he could be stupid sometimes. And Logan Soli.
All right, and with that is Diego Roldan, your winner. And sweeping the Mexico weekend. Man, Jacob, final thoughts here. Like he said, you couldn't have scripted that any better.
Storybook is what I describe it. It's an overused word in my opinion, but it fits tonight. Storybook is absolutely the way I would describe this race and how it played out. Obviously, the hometown kid getting his first win at his own track is very, very it's an awesome story.
Yeah, for sure. And this race was just fantastic. We were really worried. A lot of these road course races tend to, end up just being, one guy pulling away, but that was not the case. These guys really were up to the test here tonight. The racing was hard, but for the most part, clean. We saw a lot of guys like Hyder make mistakes on pit road that cost them the win. We saw guys make issues in qualifying, like Aiden Walker. And it all just came together in a beautiful finish between somebody that had been fighting for a win for over a year and a rookie trying to prove himself. And this season's been so good so far in both the trucks and in the cup level. And if you guys are looking for more, you get ready for a pair of Las Vegas races coming up next week. Oh, that's going to be fun to watch. And besides from that, I guess we'll see you guys then. Thank you all for watching another fantastic night of ASCA action. And we'll see you guys next